Hey there, hope you are having a great day. It's hard to believe it's already Wednesday and the week is flying by already. And I want to share a passage. As I was reading, I came across this passage again, and don't think I've talked about it. Sometimes I've done so many of these devotions, I'm not sure sometimes which scriptures I've already talked about and which ones I haven't. So sometimes you might get a repeat, but it might be with a different slant because it's at a different point in my life. So I want to read over a short little passage from Matthew chapter 6. It's about worrying. And Jesus says in verse 25 and then in 27, he says, "Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes?" And then in verse 27, he says, "Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life?" Man, that one hits home, doesn't it? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? Now, it probably takes a couple of hours out of our lives instead of adding to our lives. We struggle with that. We worry about so many things, and it's okay to worry. It's okay to have concern about some things. But worrying, when we are so consumed by it, it means that we have embraced the control that God should have. We want to, take matters into our own hands. And so that's what we do. And so then we worry. And that seems to be kind of defeating to us. And so it's this double-edged sword that takes us around and around and around, that we worry, we give it to God, we take it back from God, we give it back to God, and we go through all of this. And so Jesus says, are you going to add life to you? No, you're probably going to take it away from worrying. And so he says, in the end, in verse 33 and 34, Jesus says, but seek first his kingdom, seek first God's kingdom and God's righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well, because he talks about the birds of the air and the fields and how God cares for all of them. And if God cares for them, he most certainly cares for you and will take care of you. And then Jesus adds in verse 34, he says, therefore do not worry about tomorrow. Not easy, but don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So if we're so focused on all the things that we can't control, it's going to kill us. And then we try to control it. We don't go to God in prayer. And so the point that Jesus is trying to make is don't worry. I mean, yes, you need to worry and plan about what the future is and how you'll handle things, especially in the world that we're living in right now. And you need to be active. But don't be worried, oh, what's going to happen to my retirement fund? Yes, be concerned, but there's nothing you can do. Or you make the changes that you need to make and you let it go. Each day will have its own trouble. That's what Jesus is saying. And so focus on Jesus. He will be there. He promises never to leave us, never to fail us, never to forsake us. But he will be your constant presence on the good days and on the not so good days. So don't worry about them. Trust instead and place your hope in the one who defeated death, your Lord and Savior, Jesus. Have a great day.